Streaming. All you guys here for the ride. We're gonna get some. I promise. We're gonna get the game plan going very soon. Just give me a second. Beautiful. It's already going. Beautiful. This is gonna be on YouTube. I'm gonna share the link right now with you guys so that you guys want to watch the recording of this. You can also see the recording. And then I'll look at the chat in a second, guys. I promise. I'll look at the chat. I just want to really get the and then I'll look at the chat and get the main thing dialed in here. Beautiful. All right. So I'm gonna drop the link in the chat here for YouTube. So if you guys want to watch the recording, it will all be inside of YouTube. Sound good? Just gonna put that back there. You guys can see this okay. Beautiful, beautiful. It's what I like to see. Sick. I can't move my chart. Gotta leave it here. Can't move it. You guys can tell I'm like a senior citizen trying to get this dialed in. There we go. Cool. All right, let me read the chat. And then I'm going to start going into the full morning breakdown. Continuation. What do you think about move? I will look at that in a second. SLTP. I don't have an SLTP yet. Let me just time out Rick because I don't fucking hear Rick in the chat the whole time. All right, let's go. All right, so if you guys didn't see the trade last night, this was the trade from last night. The overall play here was to go up to here. However, this moved super fast last night if you guys were on that live stream. If you guys want to catch that live stream, it is on my YouTube. I streamed it. So you guys can check it on YouTube and rewatch the whole entire thing. It was with my Discord. I was breaking it all down. If you guys want to get access to that, just ask me. I'll get you hooked up. And then for this in particular right here, right? This, like I said, it went super fast. It was overall like a almost $8,000 move for me last night. So really great way to start off the week. We started the week last week on, where was I at? We started the week with like 99K. All right, I funded my account with about 99K and we ran all the way up to 119. I fell all the way down back to 99 or 98. And then we're now at 160 in profit. And that was very steady, right? We're not taking degenerate plays. Every single day, a steady, 10, 15K in profit. And then some days, right? Some days we did go ahead and have, what was it? Some days we did have some like $2,000 losses. But again, I'm trading with larger size, so you guys can kind of mimic and copy me as needed. But I want to show you guys directional moves. I don't really care about showing you guys, big money plays. I just want to show you very clear directional moves that you can size accordingly. So let's go ahead and give the full breakdown. Let's clear all the levels. Let's take a look at what NASDAQ is doing. So I'm going to close out my crypto thing. You guys can see the chart better. And let me make sure you guys can also see the scale. I think I just need to make this smaller, that's all. Yeah, I just need to make this smaller so you guys can freaking see it. Is this better? I think that's better, isn't it? Yeah. Jeez. Can I not just learn how to use this? This is like kind of embarrassing, not gonna lie, but who cares? There's always a first for everything, right, guys? All right, sweet. Beautiful. Back at it. All right, so NASDAQ, massive move to the downside. We already saw this. I took some beautiful plays last week. It was absolutely amazing what I was able to catch. Beautiful short trade I took for like a couple hundred points on Friday. I took a long position for like a negative $2,000. And then I took a final short play with the rest of the team inside of the live stream. It was a little bit later in the day. We went ahead and hit about another 8-9K on that trade. So what I'm going to go over, I'm going to keep it super simple. I'm not going to bore you guys with my full strategy, my whole plays, because again, this is live trading. I'm just kind of sharing my thoughts, I am strategies pretty much in my brain. It's hard coded. I've done this millions of times. So if you guys want to learn more about my strategy and the full breakdown, I do like live sessions at night. I'll do stuff like that, videos, so on and so forth, so you guys can understand what I'm doing. Now, something important to realize is this move down from all-time highs is just it's a monster move. And so because we've had so much liquidity here on the way down, we are needing to now rebalance order books in terms of market makers. And so I'm going to be using my balance book value indicator to see, all right, where do we see market makers at? A lot of balance book value up there. And then we recently have generated a new balance book value for market makers around this like 29.41 level. All right. You can see we've clearly started to distribute above this. So again, great long positions were right here. And it's just been ripping continuously. So whoever was asking about continuations, yes, continuations in general. As so far this morning. I'm not saying do right now, but continuation in general is the idea. Are you going to add Liquidity Hunter? Yes. I'll do that today. I'll add it to my to-do list today. Siri, add a Liquidity Hunter indicator to my WAP to-do list today. Yes. Okay, so I'll get that uploaded along with all of the balance book value indicators, so you guys can literally just go into WAP, add it to your trading view, and it's gonna be super easy. You'll just find it in like your invite only indicators. But because we've already went ahead and came above balance book value, now we're distributing higher. Market makers have already started fulfilling a lot of these buys. So all of these retail buys, it keeps being just filled continuously by market makers because they picked up so much inventory right here. And even on this massive move down, right? If we go to a higher time frame, let's just assume, looking at this, right? Like again, our balance book value is right about here on higher time frames, right? Let's see if it's it's not loading up. It's right about here for the higher time frame, just not loading up right now. But because we've now came below this, we're starting to see nice rocket move to the upside and hence massive move up. So what's the overall plan for today? Because we've already seen the balance book value play. There's not really any more I'm thinking of taking at this point. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to mark out my balance book value where it was. So right about here, I'm going to grab my template so I know it's obviously book balance and make it a little bit larger on the 15-minute time frame. The next thing I'm going to be looking for is some key areas of liquidity. So let's just go to a 15-minute time frame as we see the whole rundown here. These are what I would consider a key session level. Obviously, Asian session highs have already been taken out from last night, so it's a very clean continuation right now. The only other thing we really have is our London session lows, which are going to be like right around here. And then we also have, we could say, pretty key level of liquidity right here to be looking at, and also right here. These are the levels I want to be paying attention to. Besides that, we obviously have our New York lows right here. So pretty tight range. We've already flipped this out, right? So here's a few things I want to be looking for, just to keep it very simple, right? I'm going to look at liquidity in a second, so don't freak out, guys. I'm going to be looking at liquidity in a second. Just give me a moment. I'll give you guys the full breakdown of the whole map so you guys can see what I'm seeing. But in terms of what the market needs, we've just been running up continuously higher and higher. And so a continuation play would be the easiest to do. Yes, absolutely. It would be the easiest. For me, however, I am interested in seeing some potential reversal, which would require some massive change in market structure. We're seeing very clean rejections at 930 right here, where again, we're above this balance book value. Could we see a massive continuation play to the downside? Yes, I'll show you guys what I would be looking for in that case scenario. But for a continuation play to the upside, I do want to, again, break these key levels of liquidity like we have done already. And then for some sort of higher time frame imbalance, let's look at that because that's going to be super important to find some sort of high time frame imbalance. Because there's with runs down like this, imbalances are pretty important. So I'm going to look for maybe some sort of 15-minute imbalance here. let's just mark out this in particular. And I don't want it to extend right. Yeah, that's good. All right, so this is going to be a 15-minute imbalance I'm going to be watching. Obviously, for this, right, we have, again, closed outside. We've kind of tested this imbalance a few times, and now we're currently breaking through it because we have a lot of short positions here. So something I do want to be watching is some reaction potentially here. Because we're already seeing the downside. And if I'm going to be taking some sort of short position, I do want to be targeting all of this in here to be specific. So I might consider some short sells here because this is a pretty massive sell off here. But again, no market structure change or shift. So for me personally, I would have to see, a clean pullback and rejection of this. And then we'll go ahead and potentially take a short. Let me read questions because I know I've been talking the whole time. How do you see balance book value? Is it something how do you see balance book value is something you pay? No. I see balance book value just because I've had an indicator built for it. I have an algorithm built for it, so I can just see what it's doing, see how it works. Can somebody take a screenshot of what my stream looks like on their end and post in the chat really quick? Just like make sure everything looks good. Thank you. Beautiful. Let me check. Solid. Okay, cool. Thank you. Am I getting massive FOMO watching this? Absolutely. Have I breaking through FOMO? Absolutely. Not really worried about FOMO anymore. But still, this is a great move. But again, I took a lot of great moves all week last week. So now I'm just looking for a very clean setup. Yeah, we got a lot of shit down in here. Yeah, that's why I'm going to be wary about the positions I take. This reversal here is beautiful. Not exactly sure if I'm going to take a trade today. Just because, again, we've already distributed above balance book value and we've taken massive shorts off this level. So we're going to see some pretty massive amount of buys here. Would be cool to potentially look at some shorts right here. I'm not calling it or anything. This is not a call. I'm just saying if you guys are interested in getting in some scalps and you have to do it, then do it here. But for me, with, again, all of this, all these imbalances, just want to see something different. I'll throw a small amount out. I'll throw a small amount down. I'll do like 2 contracts. I don't know if you guys can see my screen. Switch over. Not a great move, but cares? This is just a simple downside continuation play. That's all it is. In case you guys are wondering what I'm doing. This is a low confidence scalp, guys. So if you guys are wondering, should I take this as my funded account? Should I full port it? I'm telling you, no. I'm not afraid to say that. I'm personally taking this just based off the area of liquidity I'm seeing, and then this just want to see again simple downside continuation. Even though we had a lot of buys in here, as you can see from this reaction, we also have a lot of sells too. So I want to just potentially maybe trade lower in the zone, see if we can avoid getting stopped out, call it a day. So get back to the broker. I'll read the chat while this trade's going. Azari entered shorts. Yeah, Jared one cancel other bracket disabled. Oh, dope, bro. If you're in some shorts right now, you're probably some drawdown like me. All good though, part of the game. All right, I'm going to close out this position for a small loss of 844. Not liking the way the market was running up on lower time frames, so I'm just going to go ahead and set this here. Even though, let me go back to trading view. Even though, let me go back here. There we go. Even though we tapped into this imbalance that I was looking at, still not 100% convinced or sold. I'm not loving it. Unless you can absolutely get the fill where you want it, like right up here, I'd say go for it. But for me right now, I got filled right here, so I'm not going to play with it. Like, let's just look at this. Right. Great rejection. So anybody who got filled here, I'd say absolutely stay in the trade. If you're taking shorts off of this level, this like 446 level, please stay in the trade. Just because I got out does not mean for you to get out. I just didn't like my fill price and wasn't liking the way things were going. So, but it'd be great if we could see below again that, let's see, like 29,370 all the way down to like levels where we were at like 7 a.m. like all the way back right over here. It'd be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. How many people are in a trade right now? Tell me, guys, how many of you guys are in the trade right now? What are you currently doing, Evo? Trace, what are the ideas? Are you guys going on that short play? Or are you guys trying to take longs? Just trying to fire up these longs here. Because again, you look at it, there's both sides, right? There are both sides. There's a lot of buys down here, but we also have a lot of selling pressure up here. So I'd love to see the selling pressure continue and again run all the way into this level. This is a call. Again, I'm making this call. I'm personally not taking it though right now. I already took it, exited for a 844 loss, and just gonna call it a day. It is very tempting to re-enter though because it's literally at my previous entry price, but I'm not really here for the drawdown. All right, just give me a second, guys. back. I just want to take that phone call really quick. Since I was gone, crazy move, right? Told you that's. I had a feeling. I did not like the way things were going. I mean, it's not even. There's not even news going on right now. So this would be a very honorable stopped out trade. Again, like I was saying, a lot of buys down here. I did believe we did have a lot of shorts here, as we do. Obviously, clearly we have a lot of those shorts, but then we just tried to kept getting kept getting juice for buys and then just run up higher. But same thing. Like I don't even like the way this looks right now. Be honest, I'm not loving this volatility here by any means, because this literally can just be a play for continued downside here. So let me just see here. Because this whole imbalance here has not really been traded amazing. Because all I'm looking for right now is, to be totally honest, I'm just looking for a downside, because we've already taken out this area of liquidity right here. And I'm just looking for that continued downside. That's literally all I'm looking for. That's it. Does that make sense? I will keep you guys posted as to what I'm thinking. And I'm also going to type a game plan as well. If you guys want to put some in the chat, let me know. I'm just going to type up a game plan. All right. I'm going to put chat. Any guys have any questions? Evo, downside short play you called. I'm waiting for New York midpoint to open for TP. I'm assuming you probably already got stopped out. No worries, bro. I got stopped out too. So I just stopped myself out. All the same thing, man. Guys, listen, some weeks, some days, you got to keep things light. That's how you're going to, again, stay profitable. A lot of people want to trade the same exact way every single day. That's why it's important to have a strategy. And then also like before you start executing the strategy, you can filter out markets that you just don't like, you don't like behavior on. Because again, we had beautiful movement on NASDAQ all night, right? Beautiful NASDAQ all here, all night, right? Some amazing trades. My friend went ahead and caught like 100K off this trade. He entered long right here, held through a little bit of drawdown. He knew it was going to come back up, and he exited all the way up here for like 100K over the weekend. That's who was just calling me. He was telling me about his trade. He's like a finance professional, just got into trading. I've been teaching him some things, and he's been doing really good. But yeah, even this right now, see how tight we are in the market. There's just so much volume and volatility, a lot of indecision here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark. I'm going to mark this out here in the 15-minute like I had it. And we're just going to say 15-minute like imbalance. So I know what it is. You guys can see my screen, right? Cool. Just want to double check. Yeah, look how nasty this is. Not a fan. Not a fan. Market structure hasn't even changed that much either, right? We were getting these again, higher lows, higher highs, right? Higher lows, higher highs. And then right here, we kind of got a little bit of a lower low, and now it's a lower high. So now we're seeing that market structure shift. So I'm a little bit more confident in short trades. But again, off of what, in my opinion, I'm not seeing anything super clear I want to do. Unless you're trying to look for some massive old imbalance back here, like this or whatever. But even that, it's still too big. Still way too big for me. This is fine. This imbalance here looks decent. Even this here is fine. I'm not too sure about the most recent one though, because these lower time frame ones aren't being very respected to the T. So I'm gonna remove this. Only looking at this right here. Let me check the chat. Went long pre-market, stopped out, up for the day, took some. Okay, sweet. Skinbo said can't see no screen. Can you guys see my screen? That would be none too good if you guys couldn't see my screen. Let me go back to the platform here. Oops, don't want to move that. Wait, can I just move this? I can move this around anywhere I want. Beautiful. These labels are bothering me. How are you guys doing with trades? I'm curious. Curious to see how you guys doing with trades. How you guys feeling right now? Let me take VWAP. I don't want VWAP on here right now. Maybe we could leave VWAP on. It's fine. It doesn't hurt. I'm curious to know. Drop in the chat. Let me know. Let me know how you guys are doing right now on all this. If you guys think of what I'm thinking, yes. I'm not. If you guys know what I'm thinking, then yes. But if you guys don't know what I'm thinking, then it doesn't matter. It's loading. You can hear though. Oh, it might be your internet connection. You might want to leave and come back. Sometimes Discord's just weird. Watching being patient, nothing's easy. Yeah. Honestly, like I'm telling you guys, once you guys are an actual consistently profitable trader, being patient is one of the most beautiful things you can do. Because it's all data at the end of the day. You know your edge is playing out and you're just waiting for your system to come into play. So like here, for example, right? I do see a lot of buys coming in the market, again, with how everything's looking. So again, if you are going short, you want to get filled at a very, very pivotal price. You don't want to get filled like, oh, I'm going to go short and just be chasing the move. That's the last thing you want to do in markets like these. And for buys, again, am I really looking at anything for buys? No. I would have to see a very clean break above to take a buy position. Yeah. I need to see a very clean break above this level to take a buy. And we're not just getting that. So I'm going to go ahead and sell for 4. Stop loss is going to be above this area of liquidity. And my take profit will be all the way down here. Again, you guys can have your move larger if you want, but this is what I'm personally just going to do right now. And then if I get stopped out, it's fine, right? I'm expecting just for the markets to reverse and take out all-time highs. Because like I said, guys, it's the only play I'm looking at is an all-time high play. So you go here. So you guys can see what I'm doing. Markets are not respecting this level, amazing. But I got a good fill, so I'm fine with holding this trade, guys. Let's run. All right. While this trade plays out, I'm going to just check the chat. We'll talk. All right. Let's talk. Not liking the indus. Evo, you're my man, bro. You're on point. If you guys don't know what to do, just listen to freaking Evo. That's probably the best idea. Best idea is just again, right now, either you're going to get a good fill and you're just going to let your plan play out. That's it. Or you're going to do nothing. Simple. Zari, 97 points of shorts, and TV. It happens, bro. I feel you. All good. Who's this? I can't see your name. Astronaut, dude. Is this going to hit your TP? 100%. 100% chance. Guaranteed. I love that. Can you let me know what kind of trading that is? Oh, look, we got Supreme Leader back. Supreme Leader, how are we doing this morning, man? Can I get my visa yet or no? Still going to take that as a no. Okay. Of course. Let's go. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I will get a plane ticket on Air Korea. All right, let's see how this play's going. It is. I agree. All right. I'm going to trail my risk just a little bit. I'm not going to trail it in profit simply because this is the area of liquidity I'm looking at, and I just want to capitalize on the opportunity here, guys. I don't really want to force just trying to get a couple bucks. I really would like to have a really great positive risk reward trade here. Supreme Leader, can I get a suite in like the Pyongyang hotel? Can I get the executive suite? All right, let's keep this trade going. I like the momentum here, guys. Let's go ahead and just trail risk above my entry. Or I'm sorry, below. You know what I'm saying. Just to lock in some profits here. That's what we do. Beautiful day. Who's in that? Who's in that? We just cooked on that. We just fucking cooked. That's what happens when you guys get a beautiful fucking entry. It's what we fucking do. Let's go ahead and check out. Yeah, this is perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. So one trade, negative 800, and then the rest positive 10K. So we just hit a 10K day, guys. Just like that. Beautiful trade. But again, guys, this is what's important, right? Obviously, money's great and all, but if you guys had a shit entry and you guys kept getting stopped out, that's the problem. Here's the thing. When you guys go ahead and just keep entering these trades like randomly, like again, time and time again, the problem is you're going to keep reducing your sizing because you're scared to get into another trade. And so I don't care if the trade runs and do a positive, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, you're still going to be negative on the day. You understand what I'm saying? So why you guys just have to simply execute strategy. That's it. Boils down to strategy every single fucking time. Evo out for 1.2K. Let's fucking go, bro. Let's go. Dude, I want to post that profits, man. I'm so happy for you. We've cooked. From last night, Evo, didn't you get on that trade with me last night? For like 2K? And still we trust. I've traded my way into your nation. That's what I love to hear, bro. See if I can find a North Korea flag. There's no flags on here? What the fuck? That's stupid. Let's see if I can find a missile. Good stuff. I only trade no, bro. I trade everything. Do you guys? Here's the thing you guys don't realize. Everybody thinks New York's the only profitable session to trade. That's so false. It's just what all these gurus are telling you. If you guys trade an actual profitable strategy using liquidity, you can trade any session, any fucking session you want. You just pass your eval. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's give it up for Remy. Fucking beautiful. Fucking beautiful. All right, all right. Enough of the hype. Let's actually post these profits. Do I think we're gonna bleed? I mean, let me check my chart real quick. Statistically, we can bleed back to VWAP at 29 and 195. Because again, we have this huge liquidity imbalance right here on the book, right here. So if we have this huge liquidity imbalance, we don't really have anything stopping us. So could I say you could keep trailing your short position? Absolutely. Because again, you guys do realize I was looking to take this position just to go to these swing lows, but we could absolutely see a continuation back to length 143, which happens to practically be VWAP. And again, you know how a lot of people are going to be trading at VWAP today. So the whole thing is if you guys want to enter more short positions, I'm personally not going to. I'm going to be looking for a clean rejection of this area of liquidity that my algorithm is currently finding for me and just taking a trade at the downside. So that's going to look something like, let me find this here really quick. It's going to look like entry right here, right? Stop loss right here, and then take profit all the way to here. It's like a 1 to 3. 1 to 3, 3.5. But again, we have a huge liquidity void here, so that's why I'm saying that. It's all about good fills, guys. If you can get like absolute buying right here, you're good. And then again, your stop loss. Me personally, I'd be getting close to being stopped out if I was in this trade. Just letting you guys know. What VWAP is that? I'm on the 5 minute VWAP. 15-minute VWAP looks like this. Almost the same. I'd probably, if I was in this trade, I'd be in some drawdown right now. Somebody said, good job, Klav. Do I got it? I was walking NQ right now. It's what we do, bro. It's what we fucking do. Oh, we got to get like clavicular side by side. I'm gonna call him up. Good profits today. How many of you guys all in total caught that on demo, paper, prop firm, live account? How many of you guys have caught that with me? That was a beautiful play. Let's see if this rejection will hold up, guys. Beautiful rejection play right here. Let's say down arrow here, and we want to go to like here. Oops. You guys get the idea. Not hard. Didn't enter what you're watching. Do you understand the idea, Bandy? The whole thing is that you guys understand the idea. That's the most important part of this all is you understand the idea. Can you explain why I took it? Absolutely. So this first trade here, right? Let's go to my trading view. First trade here, right? So we have this imbalance here from a higher time frame. This is a higher time frame imbalance, 15-minute right here, right? We have a lot of sellers. This imbalance has been previously respected. We all understand that, right? Now, all an imbalance is there are too many sellers. There's a massive amount of sellers here. Let's just say too many sellers. There's a lot of sellers who didn't get their orders filled. So when market trades back up in this imbalance, we potentially will see, a massive amount of liquidity at these imbalances. We also had a pretty key area of liquidity that I marked out. Internal liquidity is what I call it. And we started seeing the rejections off of that. At market open, this downside move was too aggressive for me to enter. Could I have entered here and hoped for the best? Absolutely. Could I have been stopped out? Could I have been absolutely just fucking whipped out of the open? Absolutely. So that's why I don't do that. I like to wait for, liquidity and price to develop because we all know the whole reason like why market open goes so crazy, right? We all understand that. It's because people are executing their different expectations and different trajectories for different time frames. And 9:30 is the time of day where institutions will go ahead and execute with the most amount of liquidity because it's the easiest to fill orders at large quantities. So that's why I was waiting. As you can see, I had no intention of taking any buys here because no clear structure, no clear setup, no clear plan. As we started to move up higher, right? Right here, I was looking at taking some sells based off of this imbalance and rejection here. Went ahead and got stopped out. I stopped myself out for like negative 800, which is really good for me. And if I got the full stop, it's probably like $1,200, $2,000, somewhere around there. But instead, markets rocketed up. We started to see a lot of hesitation. We waited. We didn't enter right away. We saw a lot of hesitation at this imbalance. Now, the other thing that you need to know is the imbalance that was created from this move down right here, right? This in particular. This is the imbalance I'm talking about right here. Okay. We were respecting this really nicely. And so we don't even have to have this on here anymore. We don't have to have that. But we were respecting that imbalance really nicely. And I pretty much just wanted to get filled as high as possible. That's why I was waiting to be particularly filled all the way up here. Because if I got filled up here, then I know for sure, it's either going to move in my direction aggressively or it's just going to stop me out and go the complete other direction. And if it stopped me out, I would have taken a continuation play to the upside. And then we were just targeting this swing low right here with a full target, obviously, down to this 15-minute imbalance, which you can see we tapped perfectly. If you guys were trading it all the way down into there. And now we're seeing some rejection, which again, I would love to see some hesitation again below these areas of liquidity. Again, it's going to try and stop people out because it needs liquidity to continue lower. I do believe it's going to continue lower. It's just very aggressive right here, right now. You can see by these wicks. But I do believe we can absolutely just run through the imbalance and then continue all the way back down to like where we were by VWAP. That's the plan. Does that make sense? Because what I'm seeing here right now is the market is very aggressive, trying to, fill these spots of liquidity here. But we are at 69K. So we literally just, I just want to put in perspective for you guys, percentages here. All right. It does not matter that I'm trading with 100K. None of that matters. What matters is percentages. I started with $99,000 last week. By the end of the week, I ran it all the way up to 150. That's a 50% return in a week. That is massive. On my full account balance, a 50% return. Now we're sitting at almost 70. That's a 70% return in just a little over a week. This happens to be a really profitable strategy, truly profitable strategy. Does that make sense why I took it? Hope it does. Cool. Let's take a look at this position though. I'm really disappointed in this right here. Obviously, we do know that this is the imbalance here, right? What the fuck? What is that? I thought I must have clicked the wrong thing. There we go. And we're just going to recolor this. We're just going to make the fill. We're just going to make it do white. But this is that 15-minute balance I was talking about. And for me personally, like, listen, like if I was taking a continuation play, I'd want to see this filled, right? 100%. As you can see, though, it's supporting us for the buys. And I'm not interested in trying to take a reversal. Like we could have taken this, like this, technically this is, you know, technically this is our New York low, like right here. So this is a New York low sweep plus a rejection. That would have been a beautiful long trade to take. If you're trading that setup, like if I was trading that setup, I would take that. But to be completely honest with you, to be completely honest, that's at least what the confirmation was. There was not a lot of confirmation with this here. I would have gotten stopped out of this trade 100%. What do you call your strategy? I'm following RP's order. I'm new to the server. Yeah, that's right. What he said. I'm not going to say it, but yeah, what he said. I don't have a name for this strategy. I don't name strategies. I just do them. That's it. But yeah, this would have been absolutely cooked. Remove all this shit now. Get rid of any levels we don't need. But realistically, what I think that can happen in the market, like to be completely honest, we got this pullback, right? Filled these orders. We came down. We filled all these massive amount of buy orders. If we get some clear continuation of these highs, I will look at taking a trade. But honestly, if we're staying inside of this range, I'm not interested. I don't want to do anything. Do you guys have any questions about anything? We're all following. They look good. Let's take a quick look at ES. June. Same exact bullshit. Obviously, the recovery wasn't as aggressive last night, but yep. Major imbalance here. Came back down from the highs. Rejected the imbalance, pulled back up. Not seeing any clear rejection of this at all. Just kind of chilling inside of here. For ES, our session lows are right here. Very interesting. I wonder what RP's doing. Let's check it. I wonder if Reese took any trades. Any break and recess trades today, guys? Anything you guys saw? I think I'm gonna keep cash the rest of the day. I think I took some nice trades. I like the way they worked. It's live right now. Let's check it out. Yeah, no clear break and retest setups today, in my opinion. Got it. Is Supreme Leader still here? Let's go, bro. I think I'm gonna start like a trend. Like I'm gonna have like obviously we're gonna have like Supreme Leader in here, and then we're gonna have Xi Jinping in here, where someone's gonna create their profile like Xi Jinping on it, and then somebody's gonna come in here like Putin, and then they're all gonna come on the stage, and then they're gonna start creating fake political news, and then that's how we're gonna win all of our trades. Supreme Leader, what do you think about Donald Trump? I think you secretly enjoy his company. First time joining my live, do I trade Asia session? I trade every session. Whatever is going to be profitable, wherever I find a good setup. The West. Do I need to move away from the West? Just funny. Yeah, this imbalance right here it's holding up, but all we're doing is pulling back up to this area of liquidity. Again, like listen, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? Let's be real. All right, let's all just take a second to look at all this together. All right? Let's take a look. What trades are you going to be taking throughout here entirely? What trades are you going to be taking here? All right? You see this? What trades are you going to be taking? All right, I'm going to go ahead and go short right here. Guess what? Went down. Now you're in drawdown. Not a clean setup, right? A lot of you guys are going to be getting so fixated on these freaking candles that you're just going to get stuck in all the noise. That's the problem. You need to be so convicted on the types of trades you're taking. Super clean key levels. You don't need 80, 100 levels on your charts, right? Just need to keep it super clean. So just like this here, we were observing. It looked great. Beautiful downside play. But with this here, you're in drawdown for a bit. You don't have a lot of liquidity protecting you, right? Because the whole thing is when entering a trade, you need to have the opposing side's liquidity to protect you. And in this case, right, you have all these buyers could just like wick you up and stop you out because this level could be weak right here. These buys look good, but it's not a setup I would take just because we just rejected this area of liquidity. Yes, we do have a session low right here. This 8 a.m. New York session low. But even with that being said, I still wouldn't be using this imbalance to take a trade off of, personally. This is my opinion. But with the way this is looking, yeah, I do think this then will yield upside if we're just going to keep pulling up higher because we tapping this imbalance. Like it literally looks like the market just wanted to pull up, come down, use this as liquidity, right? The top of the imbalance. I mean, I really would like to ideally like to see the market come down to like this 282 and then continue higher. But again, depending on where liquidity really is at this moment in time, it might just be here and we'll just see continuation. But still, I'm not going to be taking a trade from here up to here. I literally just want to see from, right here up in this area. Let's go ahead and take a look back at let's go to the let's go to the S&P. Let's maybe look at some like key like high time frame levels. Yeah, I see this here. Yeah. I don't like the border on this thing. How do I reset the default? There we go. Yeah, this breakthrough of the market where we had these buys. It's not a super strong area of buys. We have a lot of buys obviously down here, but like when I say buys down here, I'm talking about all of this. Again, you can even say like, oh, I'd potentially take this rejection, but like if we're gonna be completely honest, I wouldn't even take this. I would not take this rejection like at market open. But I'm gonna leave this here on S&P so you guys can see real time if you're trying to trade some sort of breakout play to the downside to see if it's profitable or not. Because this is like the floor, if you will, on a high time frame. In days like this, you have to trade high time frame. Because you're trying to trade in the 5 minute, you're just gonna get stopped out like this and get cooked. What do you guys think? Should I put in a small little trade right now for like one? I know this is the imbalance here, but this is for S&P. I'm not going to do it, but it's an idea, guys. It's an idea. S&P trade here. The downside. I would target VWAP. I know market's a little choppy right now, so that's why I want to advise carefully. All right, let's read the chat. Bro, your strategy is flexible. RP is limited to a few setups in like 1 hour per day. I just like to trade all hours. I trade all assets, so I'd like to trade all hours of the day personally. That's just me. Y'all have a great day. I'm gonna head to work. Thank you, Steele. Really appreciate the lives. Absolutely, brother. Like having you here. If you're still here, I don't know if you're here right now. Oh, you left. Peace out, though. Have a good day at work. Prime, that's Dacian. Yeah, look how, like, I mean, again, like, it's not anything to complain about, but it's just the market's so tight. It's just so tight because of indecision with all these people trying to trade. Like, you saw it all overnight, we had no problem moving around. That's why I trade all sessions, because I don't want to be limited to just this bullshit during the day. Because it's, a lot of this will happen during the day, specifically just to mess around with people. But let's see. Yeah, no trades through here. Nothing. Um, Yo, like, where did all my levels go? I don't know why they didn't save. Let's go back. There we go. Do you go live at New York Open in the UK? Yeah, that's what I thought. Why are you in the UK, Supreme Leader? Why are you in the UK? What are you doing over there? Are you at the clubs? I know you, man. I know you're at the clubs, man. I already know. I already know your whole childhood story. It's all you used to do. Go to college and go to clubs in the UK. That ain't no business, bro. Need inspiration. Um, but yes, I try to go live at New York Open just to like provide some commentaries what's going on. But like, if I'm just gonna like, if I were just like end the stream right here, right? What I'm gonna say is, all right, this is the S&P 500. Um, we have seen a breakout of this level, but we're seeing a lot of trading around here specifically. So if you really are interested in taking a short and you really truly believe like the rejection here is looking beautiful and perfect, then yeah, absolutely take it. But as you can see here, it's not super respected on the 15-minute time frame. Um, on a lower time frame, you see a lot of the rejection occurs here. So I would personally have my stop loss like oops. I'd have my stop loss set to be like right above here, but still not really looking at that because it's just not looking great. So again, if I'm looking for a clean move, I want to be seeing some sort of break out of this stupid range. Yeah. So I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna go ahead and type up a rest of day game plan so I can outline to you guys what I think is going to occur in the rest of the day and like what types of trades I would take if that plays out. And then I'll include all my chart annotations and stuff. And then I might go live later this afternoon. If I'm gonna go live in the afternoon, I'm gonna do it with Frank. If you guys know who Frank is, he's a good friend of mine. He's been he's been trading for some while now, and he's been streaming with me. We're gonna do like a group stream together. It's gonna be fun. If I do go live in the afternoon, it's gonna be with him. And then overall, I do see a little opportunity that did play out. Obviously, I'm not interested in trying to take it, but this looks really nice right here, really great because the New York low liquidity sweep plus change of structure on let's say like low time frame, 1 minute, 5 minute, specifically the 1 minute time frame, right? We started getting these higher lows, higher highs, right? Pulled back into this imbalance and then just ran up higher. It'd be a beautiful trade. I didn't take it though. But I'm gonna drop that game plan for you guys. I hope you guys actually cashed out today. Obviously, I'm up what, like 10K, easy money today. Overall, balance is at 170. 170 in the last week and 1 day. So we are cooking. How quick can we get a 100% return? How quick can we take 100K to 200K? That's the challenge. That's the challenge. 100K to 200K challenge. All right, guys. If you have any questions, ask them now. I'm going to wrap the stream up shortly, and then I'm going to post that game plan. If you guys don't have any questions, I will see you either later this afternoon or tomorrow morning. Make some fucking money. Nobody has any questions? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely, Kim. I'll visit you soon. Peace out, guys.